Hello dear students, in the last lecture we have seen the third chapter, diversity and unity in Indian society, and today we are learn the first chapter, revision of first chapter 1.2. This is colonial period. The first point, means point number 1.1, is ancient and medieval India. We are revised, and the revision of the first chapter, this point is already done. Now today we are revise again 1.2. It's a colonial period. The colonial period in India is generally refers to as the age of European conquest in the region. The Portuguese, the first refers to the age of European conquest, and the Portuguese were entered in India for trade in the 16th century, and by the early 17th century the Dutch, French, British also landed in our shore. The French too came in India, but their presence is felt especially in the Pondicherry in South India, as well as the Christianity were spread in South India first and then spread all over the country. The British continue to rule India till the 20th century, and the spread of Christianity in the Anglican tradition. Anglican means English tradition. British traditions in Indian society, especially Christianity, were spread. Then social reforms were also possible because of the British dominant policies. Because the colonial period means after the rule of British. During the British period, the presence in India is evident. Number of policies were making and number of consequences due to the impact of colonialism in Indian society. One cannot deny the fact that several systems were set up in the place under the British rule in India. And British specially very empowered all the structure of Indian society, for example, education, culture, administration, economy, transport, communication, etc. Some of the social reforms were also possible because of the British rule and British policies. And what are the consequences of colonialism in Indian society? And the first one is education. Education is one of the important aspects of human beings, especially in Indian society. The British set up a system of education and they started English medium schools and colleges in Indian society. And the common language of communication is English, means the medium of instruction is English among all the learned people. Everybody know about the English, they were developed. As well as the high schools, universities, a number of higher secondary schools were established in English mediums, as well as open to all the individual irrespective of their caste, creed, gender, etc. Means the British policy is very clear. They started all the people, all individual to open for all the education. There is no any discrimination there. The Indian Universities Act 1856 enabled the establishment of the first universities in India In Calcutta, Miss Kolkata, Bombay, Mumbai and Madras is Chennai. Miss British started the universities in big metropolitan cities, for example, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. As well as the contest of education was secular. Means there is no any religious ambiguity or the dominance of their particular religion negligible there. Means all the religions is equal. There is no new class, and the new class is already established due to the impact of British rule in India, and the class is Western values, Western cultures, Western customs, Western ideologies and the Western practices. They actually enhanced and started especially their customs, culture, language, practices and values. That's why the impact of westernization on Indian society due to the impact of 150 year of British rule. And the next one is reform movement. Against the number of reform movements is started, for example, Child Prohibition Act, Sati Prohibition Act, a number of other social legislations were started due to the impact of British rule. For example, Raja Ram Mohan Roy was started the movement against the Sati system. Because of this one is illegal as well as unhumanitarian practices in the Indian society. And the British were started the new values like rationality, equality, social justice, secular approach and individualism. Means they started the new way of life of the people. Everybody are equal, all are given equal opportunities, social justice, secular approach and rationality, and that's why the people were accepted the new ways of life of the people. That's why the impact of British rule in Indian society, especially education and educational awareness among the Indian society due to the impact of British rule. Now next one is the culture. First point is impact of education on Indian society, especially colonial impact. Colonial impact on Indian society, and the first one is educational impact. Impact on education. And the next one is culture. The cultural aspect, for example, language, way of life, beliefs, sports, entertainment, attitude, ideology, habits, food habits, etc. Educated elites took the lifestyle of the British people with respect to their food habits. Now we are already accepting the way of life of the British people. Means the Western habits, Western dress styles, Western traditions, Western cultures, Western customs, Western attitudes, beliefs, language, sports and entertainment due to the impact of colonial period. Means the impact of British on Indian society, especially cultural impact. And the cultural related concepts were used by Dr. M.N. Srinivas and refer to the process of imitation of the British as westernization. Westernization is the process whereby imitation of the British ideology, British beliefs, Western language, Western sports, entertainment, mannerism, food habit, dress style, hairstyle, customs, culture, etc. Means all these cultural patterns were accepted in the way of life of the Indian society. That's why this is the imitation, means acquiring their culture in our aspects. Next is the impact of Western culture has been classified into 4 types by Atlas. Means what is the impact of Western culture on Indian society, and there 4 types is, one is eliminative changes, second one is additive changes, third one is supportive changes, and fourth one is synthetic changes. Eliminative changes means that is fading out of cultural elements, means we are already eliminating the cultural elements of our lives, fading out of cultural elements. Additive changes, that is the new cultural additions, means we are accepted the addition of their cultural patterns in our society. Supportive changes, that is the changes that support existing cultural traits, means we are support to the particular cultural traits of the colonial periods, colonial cultural traits. And the synthetic changes, that is the synthesis of old and new culture. Okay, first one is cultural elements, fading out cultural elements. Next one is new cultural addition, add by new, another one is added there, more added. And next one is existing, support existing cultural traits. And the last one is old and new culture were accepted in the Indian society. Means this is the classification of Western culture in Indian society. Maybe the question is, and the question is, what are the impact of British on Indian society? Yeah, maybe the question is differently asked there here. What are the impact of colonialism on Indian society, or a colonial period on Indian society? First one is educational impact, impact on education. Second one is cultural impact, impact on cultural traits. And the third one is administration, is one of the most important aspect is administrative policies we are adopting only for the British rule. Services like the economic services, education services, revenue services and administrative services we are accepting by the colonial periods. Means British people were learned economic way of life, education, revenue and administrative policies. It was the English educated Indian who entered the administrative services to assist the British rulers in the governing the land and its people. Miss Indian people were taking education in English mediums, educated English people, educated Indian, those who are taking English medium education and started the administrative services assist to the British peoples. Miss first one is services. All the administrative services started just like now we are accepting our constitution. Indian administrative services, Indian foreign services, Indian police services, all the services were started by the British people. And same thing is happened in British were accepted, means the all administrated is related to the British rules. And now we are also adopting administrative policies of British in our aspect also. As well as judiciary systems was created which took into consideration the earlier legal tradition of the Indian communities, secular. For example, judiciary systems, executive systems, as well as next legislative systems were also adopted with concern our country. Means first one is services, second one is administrative services especially, next one is judiciary systems we are accepted here, and the next one is the authority of feudal lords and zamindars was abolished. The impact of British rule, especially on feudal systems or a zamindari system, was abolished in this period. The Indian Council Acts, the Indian High Court Act, the Indian Civil Services Act in the years 1861 were passed, and all these councils, high courts and Indian civil services were started in India. Now the next one is economy. You know, the first one is education, second one is culture, third one is administration, fourth one is economy. Economic impact on economic field, on especially on Indian society. Industrial growth and urbanization were started due to the impact of British rule. because industrialization is also done in the in England. They were started all the industrial revolution. Industrial revolution is started, and what are the impact on Indian society? Actually, industrial growth and urbanization is where rapidly change in Indian society. Caste based skills and occupations started changing. You know, our society is caste based. Caste system is here, and this one is very strongly people are accepted here, caste system. But the caste based skills and occupation started changing due to the impact of the British rule. And British were started the skills only for the individual. It doesn't matter which one is belongs to their particular their caste, yeah, their occupation. But the occupation is also changing, changes in the occupational mobility. The emergence of economic and educated classes. The new classes were emerged due to the impact of British economy in Indian society. And the new classes, economic classes and educational classes were emerged. The new revenue policies, the revenue systems were started by the British in different parts of India, which affected the peasants adversely. Peasants or artisans community means those who are already work for their caste based society, caste based skills. For example, Brahmin is related to the religious rites, worship, learning, teaching. Kshatriyas is warrior, administrations or politics. Vaishyas is commerce, business, trades, etc. Means the caste structure is totally changed due to the impact of British rule. Next one is commercialization of agriculture were started. Means agriculture based industries were established in the different parts of the country due to the impact of British rule. And British were established new industrial industries related to the agriculture, and they were actually started the especially for work for the raw material, and the raw material were rich in England, and they were produced same, they produced the new things, yeah, productions, and the produced things were came again here, just like India is a market. Next one is subsistence economy was replaced by a market system. You know, the subsistence policy economy is gone and replaced by the market system, and thrived on profiteering, means all the based on the profit based society. Market is also related to the profit only. The spurt in growth of cash crops had an inverse effect on the growth of food crops. Which one is? The produce of agriculture produce were very important, and the effect on the growth of food crops. Next one is transport and communication. All the points is necessary here. What are the impact of British on Indian society? Yeah, colonialism on Indian society. Education, culture, administration, economy, and the next one is transport and communication. Railways and roadways, post and telegraphs offices were set up through the length and breadth of the country. Railways, roadways, waterways, post, telegraphs is set up here, is set up in Indian society. These were ways in which it became possible to reach people in all parts of the country and access resources rapidly. In 1869, the Suez Canal was opened to promote trade interest for all the people. Suez Canal was open for all the people. Earlier, the Indian raw material could not easily to be transported to England. That's why they started waterways, roadways, or railways. Development of transportations and communication led to an increase in market outlets for Indian raw materials. Next one is nationalist movement. Okay, nationalist movement. English as a common language of communication played a very significant role in networking, promoting nationalism and Thereafter, the nationalist movement received momentum. Miss English is the very important language commonly speak in these areas, and those who know about this language is very important person. The awakening among the Indian masses against Aliyu rules resulted in the call of expulsion of British from India and to fight for independence. Means the people, the movement was started against the British policies, British rules, British administrations. The 19th century saw the emergence of the Indian National Congress and Mahatma Gandhi as the key figure in the call for independence. Means the social movement is started rapidly in Indian society. They abide about their rights and duties and oppose against the slavery systems in Indian in colonial period. Next one is social reform movements. Social movements and social reform movements. Movements of social reforms and the founders. Raja Ram Mohan Roy founded the Brahmo Samaj. Swami Dayananda Saraswati established and founded the Arya Samaj. Atmaram Pandurang Tarkhadkar Prarthana Samaj. Mahatma Jyotiba Phule Satyashodak Samaj. Mahatma Gandhi Harijan Sevak Sangha. Next one is movements of social reforms and founder. Theosophical Society, Annie Besant, Seva Sadan, Behramji Malbari, Dharma Sabha, Radhakant Deb, Wahhabi movement, Sayyid Waliullah, self-respect movement, Erode Ramaswamy, it's called as Periyar. Next one is social legislation. Laws passed to promote social justice, social welfare, desirable social change, as well as protection of vulnerable sections and weaker section of Indian society. Those who are weaker, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, other backward classes, nomadic tribes, or other vulnerable sections of society. Reformative groups put pressure on the British government for passing laws against the prevalent social evil practices. Some significant legislations include the followings: year and the name of the act. 1829, the Sati Prohibition Act passed by the British rule, the impact actually by British rules, and the Raja Ram Mohan Roy supported this act. 1843, the Indian Slavery Act. 1850, the Caste Disabilities Removal Act. 1856, 1850 and 1856. 1856, the Hindu Widow Remarriage Act. 1870, the Female Infanticide Prevention Act. 1872, the Civil or a Special Marriage Act. 1872, Special or Civil, the Civil Marriage Act, and 1929, the Child Marriage Restraint Act was passed by the British people. Means all these are started in the year 1829 to 1929. All these acts is related to the female, related to marriage, child marriage, widow remarriage, caste disability, slavery, or a sati. All these acts passed by the British government and making some new changes in the Indian society. Now I am given some important questions related to this PPT and this lecture. Chapter number 1 and the point 1.2. Answer the following question. All the question is very important here, and this is a long question. Bring out the changes in post-independence period in relation to. Means what are the changes due to the impact of British policies in post-independence period in Indian society. This one is also here. All these questions is related to, I am given some important question also. You may read carefully and give all the question answer. Okay, and the one point. Thank you.